So how many of you have like a problem child on your team? How many of you are the problem child? How many of you literally have a problem child at home? Okay? So what if I told you that those people in your life that are the most challenging for you are actually angels in disguise? Let me give you an example, because some of you are like, oh, I don't know about that. Your biggest antagonist. Think about your biggest antagonist, nemesis. My kids will come home and go, he's my new nemesis, right? She's my new nemesis. It's usually a girl, right? She's my nemesis. I'm like, oh, that means she likes you, right? In elementary school. So what if your biggest antagonist or your biggest struggle, problem child is actually angel in disguise? Let me give you an example. So one day I'm driving down the street, and I'm on one of those streets where there's a stoplight every 100 yards, right? So we're downtown, we drive, there's a stoplight. So I'm going to use my time effectively. So I pull out my phone and I get a text going. Now, not while I'm driving, only when I'm stopped at the stoplights. How many of you do this? Or how many of you have done this? Some of you are still not going to raise your hand for anything. So I get there, right? Get to stoplight, start texting. Now, how am I going to know when the light's green? My kids are in the car. So they tell me, go, Dad, go, right? Isn't that awesome? How many of you got that figured out? Text, Dad, go, go, go. Put phone down, drive. The next light, text, go, Dad, go. Next light, right? And I'm doing this for probably 10 blocks. And I can feel something beside of me. Like I can feel somebody, like, anybody know what I'm talking about? You can feel people looking at you. So I look over and this guy's right there and he gives me the finger. And he rolls his window down and he doesn't do this, right? We don't do this anymore, right? Some of us do, but it's like, he rolls his window down and he starts screaming at me and like dropping like every obscenity in the world. And my kids are in the car and I'm like, oh, no way, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm only doing it at stoplights. There's nothing wrong. What's your problem? Like, I'm screaming back at him, and my kids are in the backseat going like this. And I'm like, and we're screaming back and forth, and I'm like, oh, I could kill that guy. I roll my window up, and I'm so mad, and I'm so fired up, and I'm like, oh, I'm just so angry, and we pull off to the side where we're going to go, and I'm like pulling over, and we're going to go into the store, so I pull off and park in this little side, and he pulls in behind me. And I'm like, it's on, right? I'm like gonna fight him, like legit, like I'm 13 again, right? All of a sudden, like, here we go, let's go, I'm gonna fight this guy, right? Let's chill, I can't wait. And my kids' eyes are even bigger now. My gosh, right? So I get out of my car door, I slam my door, I go to walk back, and I'm gonna kill this guy. And my kids like all go in the very back seat, and they're all looking out the window like this. Like they're fascinated by this. They're like, whoa. So I see this guy and I'm like, come, I'm gonna kill him. And something comes over me in a moment. And I'm like, first thing I think is, holy crap, what if somebody saw me do this? What are my kids thinking? What if one of my coaching clients watched me do this? Fight this guy in the street. That's my coach. And I'm like, hang on. What was I teaching my kids? What if this guy is actually an angel in disguise? What if this guy had something happen to him? What if this guy, I don't know, what if somebody killed one of his children that was texting? What if, I don't know, what if maybe he knew somebody that was damaged or hurt? What if my kids are watching this and someday they got killed because they were texting? And I'm like, wait a second. Like, what's another option here? Maybe this guy is an angel in disguise. So I know my demeanor changes in that minute, and I walk up to the guy and I'm like, and he's ready to fight, and I said, listen, I just wanted to thank you. And he said, yeah, you better. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Thank you for making me aware of my driving. And I walk back and I get in my car and my kids are eyes again. They're like this. They're like, holy crap, Dad. I can't believe that. I thought you were going to fight that guy. And then you kind of changed in that moment and did something different. I said, yeah. And I said, what do you guys learn from all that? And they said, never to text. And I'm like, that's a pretty awesome lesson. So what if that person in your life, that problem child on your team, is actually making you a better leader? What if that problem child in your life is making you a better parent? What if that significant other or that spouse is making you a better human being because you got to problem solve and learn, and they're teaching you a valuable lesson, but you get so stuck in the need to be right that you don't see it? Do you have somebody like that?